head. Or better yet, guess what? He's beating women's asses because you took it, okay? And because he's angry with you, and that's the only way that he knows how to fix his anger, and he feels that every woman is going to be forgiven like you taught his ass. No, ma'am. All right, winos, welcome back to Happy Hour. This is a segment that is all about you. No celebrity gossip whatsoever. You guys actually get to write in and we get to know each other more, okay? And in addition to that, we offer you our most raw and sincere advice, okay, from the heart. Sometimes it can be a little tough and rough, okay? But we ain't in the business to lie to nobody, okay? I will tell you what I would tell my own damn family members, including my own daughter, okay? I'm very straight up. So if y'all ask me, Tasha, are you like this in real life? Hell yeah. All right, winos, welcome back to my kitchen. It is like 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I know you guys are still asleep. And I'm up, okay? I'm about to go to the gym, and I wanted you guys to see me in rare form again, okay? And so this morning, I'm quite busy, okay? And being that I'm busy, I don't have time to make my normal smoothie, okay? You know, you got some organic greens, some frozen fruits, some protein powder, things of that such. But when I'm busy in the mornings and I don't have time to really eat healthy and I need a compact amount of vitamins and minerals, okay, and veggies all in one, I use Teamy Blend's superfood greens, okay? It has matcha, spirulina, I hope I said that right, okay? As well as wheatgrass. It's got acai. I mean, it's got a whole host of things packed into one scoop of powder, okay? And so like I said, you know, making a regular smoothie can take a lot of time, but this is really easy, and you're gonna see me do it right here, okay? So all I do is I take my Teamy Blends cup that you're gonna get when you order Teamy Blends products, okay? This is their tea here, okay? We talked about their tea last time. Sometimes I do put this in my smoothie too. Don't get it twisted, all right? So I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna remove my little tea, you know, extractor. I'm gonna grab some nice filtered water from my refrigerator, and I like to fill this up because, you know, that one scoop has a lot in it, okay? Like I said, it's got chlorophyll. Let me name some of the things here. Spirulina, spinach leaf powder, okay? Broccoli powder, kale powder, all right here. And so this is all I'm gonna do. Because like I said, I'm busy making this for you. It's a little messy too, but that's okay. I got my little wipes over here. One scoop. I'm going to kind of level that off right there because I don't want to do too much, you know. And I just drop it in here, okay? Now, one thing that I like too, let me go ahead and get it off my hands if I can, okay? I'm going to, oops, yikes. Sorry, I wanted y'all to see the tea too, okay? Because that helped me detox, okay? So I'm just going to add the lid here, okay? Make sure it's tight now, all right? Hold that. And I'm just gonna shake, okay? And this is my morning smoothie, my green smoothie, okay? My superfood blend, as well as my oral and liquid multivitamin. And one thing that I love about this too, because it's in liquid form, when you don't eat a lot of solid food is a little harder to digest. This just kind of goes down smooth, and it actually helps to improve gut health as well, okay? Because you guys know, what, you know, all the greens, all of God's fruits and vegetables and things like that help to improve gut health, which leads to a stronger immune system, okay? Because the immune system is right here, okay? Right here where this fupa at, all right? Now, all I'm gonna do, go ahead and drink. And it honestly tastes like water. It's not nasty or anything like that. I like that it tastes like water. So when I put it in the water, it has a green kind of taste, but like I said, it's very mild, all right? And before I mention my coupon code that I'm going to give you in just a second that you can access below in the description box as well as in the comments, please do not forget, okay? This is 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in one scoop, okay? If you're not a big eater, if you don't like fruits and vegetables, this is it. One scoop, okay? Packed. Full of vitamins and minerals, okay? Now, in order to get your 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in one scoop, okay, for one low price, please do not forget to take advantage of my coupon code UNWINE and get 20% off your first order, okay? The link is below in the description box as well as in the comments. And so if you guys want your question answered or, you know, highlighted on this segment, please feel free to write in using Jasmine, Jasmine, at UNWINEWITHTASHAK.com, and she will correspond with you on how we can get everything set up, okay? And with that being said, let's go ahead and listen to our This one is pretty intense. I'm listening to it with you for the first time, okay? Let's go.
So, I met my son's father when I was 18. I got pregnant at 19. I gave birth at 20. We had a very tumultuous relationship. There was a lot of violence. And before I even gave birth to my son, we had already broken up. Oddly, he never put his hands on me until I was pregnant. And I would later find out that it was the same with all the baby mothers. There's 4 of us baby mothers. There are 6 children in all. I spent a lot of time trying to get away from the situation, but still loved my child's father. Meeting him while I was so young, I think that I don't know, I loved him. I just didn't want the abuse anymore. So the relationship ended, like I said, and we ended up moving out of state. And I would bring my son back home to see his father. And the last time my son saw his father, my son was 6 years old. And his father tried to kill me at that point. Hands around my throat. I'm 5'6". His dad is 6'6". He had me up off the ground at eye level, looking me in the eye, shaking me, saying he could kill me. And my son at 6 was holding on to my leg, and he was screaming, like, get off of my mom, let go of my mom. And he's like kicking at his father, and I'm trying to breathe and tell my son, like, get the phone, call 911. Can't speak too well because I'm being choked out. But my son got the point, grabbed the phone, tried to dial 911. And at that point, his grandmother, my son's father's mother, says, oh, you got to let her go. I can't have the police at my house. Like, she's sitting there the whole time, watching this unfold, and says nothing until she thinks the police may show up at her house. Also, the last child's mother was pregnant with him, sitting on the couch laughing, thinking it was hilarious. So we left out of there, and my son never saw him again. 15 years later, I have spent the last couple years, the last 4 or 5 years, trying to track down my son's father's family, because I knew that there were siblings, and I felt like my son was missing out. You know, he used to always want me to get pregnant. I never got married. I never had any more kids. And at some point, I end up with some chronic illnesses, so I can no longer have children. My whole system has been shut down. There's nothing I can do. So I'm trying to find the family. Just before we're getting ready to move out of the state we were living in at that point, we moved around quite a bit, actually. I locate the family out of the blue. And my son finally gets to meet all of his siblings. In addition to that, there's a phone call with his father. Me and his father speak first. Then he speaks to him. That was an angry call because my son is aggressively protective over me after that day. So that was an aggressive conversation. However, when his father and I spoke, it was very calm, and it was a lot of apologizing and just hoping that at some point I could forgive him. Mind you, I need to probably backtrack. His father is in prison now for murder. So we have this phone conversation, which is brief. You know, they only get a certain amount of time. But the conversations continue on. In the beginning, it was like, you know, once every few weeks, he would try to call me, and I would tell him, I hope you're paying for it on your end. I'm not paying for none of that. Like, yes, a no for me. I'm not doing it. But over time, gradually, it picked up. The reconnection happened, the bond. We ended up back together. And my son was like really angry, and all of my friends and family, they were like, why are you doing this? Like, this is dumb. And I'm like, no, he's different. He's changed. Like, just give it a chance, you know, just like give it an opportunity. And they're like, you're lonely and you're desperate and all this kind of stuff. And I don't think that I'm desperate. Like, I'm a moderately attractive woman, you know. I feel, you know, I don't know. I don't think that it was desperation, but I do absolutely love him. So we reconnected. But over time, I started feeling like I was drawn back into him. He's a very big personality, and he is very big where we are from. And I started to feel like I was overshadowed all the time. Like I had to be really small so he could continue to be really big. And I started depleting myself, like a bit at a time, smaller, 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 until I was like almost gone. So I ended the relationship after 3.5 years. And he was devastated. We only recently started speaking again as friends for me, but he was like, no, we're back together. And I'm like, no, we need to be friends because we are unhealthy together as a couple, but we could be really great friends, you know? And he's like, I can't be a friend. I love you too much. I have to be with you. And I feel the same way. I love him and I want to be with him, but it's hard to be with him. It's unhealthy to be with him. I know this. I'm saying this to you, and I know it to be true, but I am so much in love with him, and I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with our situation. So it's, coming around. He'll be home next year. He's like, when I'm home, I'm aggressively coming for you because you are mine and I am yours. And I already know I'm going to cave because I love him and I want to be with him. But I also know that we are not healthy together. I really believe that. So I don't know, I'm torn in what I'm supposed to do here. I could really use some help.
I want to ask you something. I appreciate you for being very, very honest and very straightforward about the situation. I want to ask you, have you seen his call log at the prison? I think maybe before you decide to be with someone that you absolutely know, you know they're good and you know they're bad and you know what they're capable of because he's in prison, okay, for murder. I want you to go and look at the call log. I want you to go and look at the visitor's log. And if you are the only one on the call log and the visitor's log, and the guards will tell you now, they'll tell you, then I would say, you know what, you're a grown woman, tread lightly. Okay, maybe there is a chance of maybe some rehabilitation that's going on. But I mean, it took him murdering someone to apologize. Like, the fuck, And I really do believe people are set in their ways. And so if he was in prison, for murdering someone after beating you and his other kids' mothers to the point of, almost death, like, then I don't know what to tell you. And so I want to ask you too, like, it seems to me that maybe, and let me say this, I do not believe in parents hitting their children. I don't. Because there's this way of saying, oh, I'm hitting you out of love. I hit you because I love you. And kids they're taking in everything. They're learning their environment. They're learning you. And kids are here and, they know I'm supposed to look up to mommy. I'm supposed to look up to daddy. But if mommy and daddy are beating my ass, but they say they're doing it out of love. But then when I get into a relationship older, it's wrong for someone to hit me. But yet they're saying that they're hitting me out of love, okay? And so I do believe there's some childhood trauma there that has been misconstrued. And so in your mind, you think that this is love, that people make mistakes when they put their hands on you. But I'm going to be honest with you, when he puts his hands on you, it's not him, okay? It's something else that he has no control over. And that's what you need to be scared of. Not the man that has the big personality, that, lights up the room, that makes you feel good, but at the same time you feel small because there's some type of competition there, or you want to be validated in some way. But at the same time, it's like you're slowly decreasing. You said it. You're slowly decreasing yourself down just to make him happy. And it's like, when do you make yourself happy? When is it time for you to be happy? When is it time for you to demand exactly what you need and desire in a person? And I don't think that you have to dumb yourself down to be available for a prisoner who's calling every day at 2:00 for 30 minutes. And I guarantee you, okay, he's probably giving an hour or maybe 2 hours phone call, depending on his good behavior. And you ain't the only bitch he calling. Because let me tell you something, when they're in prison, they have a lot of time to think. They have a lot of time to think about what they're going to say. They have a lot of time to tell you exactly what you want to hear, okay? And so your ass fall in love with them as a damn pen pal. And then before you know it, he's out of prison, beating your ass again. And this time, what are you going to tell your son? Because let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to put your son in a situation, then your son going to end up in jail for your dumb ass. That's exactly what's going to happen, because if he's already aggressive with his dad and he saw his dad beating your ass, okay, and then him as a son, he wants to protect you. You the only thing that he has. He doesn't have any other siblings that he's close to or people that can take care of him if anything was to happen to you. So what is he going to do? He's going to sacrifice his life for your dumb ass, okay? Now, with that being said, you know, you gonna do what you want to do. You've been doing it for 15 years, okay? Maybe it's a dick. I don't know, okay? But trust me, when he's beating your ass, that is not him, okay? And that's the mother you need to be afraid of. That's the mother you need to worry about, and that's the mother you need to think about when your son is trying to defend you and puts a bullet in his head. Or better yet, guess what? He's beating women's asses because you took it, okay? And because he's angry with you, and that's the only way that he knows how to fix his anger, and he feels that every woman is going to be forgiven like you taught his ass. No, ma'am, all right? And with that being said, I know y'all are probably scared to write in, but y'all asked me for my advice, and I think this is all bull. All motherfucking shit. Out of the 5 million men in the world, this the only motherfucker you can find? The only motherfucker? Come on. No. Winos, if you want to write in, please feel free to email Jasmine, JASMINE at UNWINEWITHTASHAK.com. I'm going to give it to you real. I'm going to be 100% authentic. But this right here, this is some absolute bullshit. And you are the type. Let me tell you something. You are the type. Some shit got to happen to you bad that you can't come back from in order for your mother ass to wake up. That's the type of person you are. And guess what? Your son is gonna be the one sacrificed because your ass is too in love with some goddamn dick or idea or a fairy tale. It's been a fairy tale. It's all been a fairy tale. You got pregnant when you're 19. A lot of women get pregnant when they're 19, but you know what? A lot of them move on and they allow other people in. Why aren't you allowing somebody else in? Why? Your worth. You don't have any, okay? And that's something that you really need to work on with you and your therapist, okay? You want somebody to speak good things into you? Hire a goddamn therapist and not a murdering ass, wife beating ass, baby mama beating ass. Right in, JASMINE at UNWINEWITHTASHAK.com. Please do not forget, okay? Order your Teamy Beans below, all right? I love this greens. I love the super greens. I add it to my smoothies or I drink it as is. It's a great way to get that boost of vitamins and minerals when you don't have a lot of time on your hand, especially being busy, okay? And thank you so much for allowing me, okay, to the woman that wrote in, who we're going to keep anonymous, for allowing me to give you my best advice that I would give anybody that, I mean, I don't even know you, but I care about your situation and I care about your son, okay? And so I'm thinking about him. Like, you're putting him in a bad situation, and he's a man. So guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna fuck that man up. And guess who's gonna be left really lonely, okay? With no dick and no son. Your dumb ass, okay? Please do not forget. If you guys want to advertise on my platform, please feel free to send me an email via marketing@UNWINEWITHTASHAK.com. That is marketing@UNWINEWITHTASHAK.com. Please feel free to follow me as well as my staff on Instagram, all social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, UNWINEWITHTASHAK.com. Chelsea, Jasmine, and Nicole, their links are below. Please feel free to reach out to them, okay? If you want to get in contact with me, if you have stories, if you want to ask questions, if you want to have suggestions implemented into the show, please feel free to hit them up and they will get it right over to me. And with that being said, now I gotta go, okay? Bim, bim, and goodbye.